Interesting bans from both teams. We see Aurora on the red side, they are banning Grog, Paxia, and Zushin. And for the Verso, for the blue side, they are taking advantage for the first pick. We are seeing bans from them, Kali, Lancelot,
and Fanny.
Fanny.
Yeah. And of course, for the first pick, I don't think it's going to be Estes. I think they're still thinking.
Imagine first pick Estes.
That's going to be an easy win then for Aurora. You know. Estes is such a non-meta hero right now.
They are hovering on it.
Yeah, yeah.
Still not locked in.
Probably they would go for
well,
Yuzon. No, yeah, Yuzon is actually open. That's
they take the advantage of the blue side and they take the first pick for the Yuzon. It's not banned. Every game it's what's banned. Now they take the advantage. Smart move from Verso.
Definitely, definitely, but there are still lots of choices for Aurora Gaming. Who are they going to go for? Are they going for Gushin? Gushin is such a great hero, to be honest, and such a high skill hero, but is he in the meta right now? He's on and off, to be honest, but can we rely on him? Not really.
Nah.
Not really.
It's not like a meta heroes until now.
Yes. I think both of the teams are actually throwing on each other on the picks right now, you know.
See, what can I pick?
Yep.
No, I will not pick.
Okay, this is actually the first time we see CC in those 2 days. Yes, she used to get banned a lot or not picked at all. And we have Hilda as well. Oh, interesting. Aurora is not kidding to this match. They're not kidding at all.
We give you a free win in the first, but now we will try our best. We will try our hard to see who's going to win. To be honest, Aurora has 2 picks until now, CC and Hilda. Interesting moves from them. And I need to see like what is the reply from Verso on these 2 picks. Wow. You Akai as a jungler. Oh, okay. Kimi and Frederick. Okay, interesting.
If actually Verso noticed yesterday what happened with Hilda when Falcons were playing with Hilda and they badly lost because Hilda was actually thrown out of the game. If they remember which heroes were picked, then they would know how to easily counter Hilda in this match. I think Chow was there actually in yesterday's match. Will they pick him? Would Verso pick him this time or not? We're still not sure. We still have Verso has still a chance to pick a roamer and a gold laner. Oh, Eve is open actually. We didn't notice that Eve is actually open, so that's a good choice from Aurora.
Eve and Farsight's open, and they choose her at the in the last of the pick phase 1.
Yeah.
To be honest, phase Eve it's a good pick for Aurora. It was banned last game.
Yeah.
And they took the advantage to take it because the impact of the Eve in the team fights, it's very crazy, to be honest.
That is very true.
They banned Moskov. No need Moskov.
Definitely no more Moskov for you, March. You need to go check for another gold laner. I believe since actually Aurora picked Eve, Verso might, or no, they might not. They will not do that. Kimi as a gold laner and Valentina as a mid laner is such a gamble, to be honest, but I don't think they will do that. They would look for other options in that case. Who will Marsh ban? Essential.
They banned Moscow for him, and okay, Essential done.
Yeah. So it's
now they have limited choices.
Yeah, it's a one-to-one target ban basically. One-to-one target ban. Are Aurora going to continue actually focusing on the target bans, or will they just go for banning Ruby?
Look for Cloyd. To be honest, Aurora they're playing on the safest way. They're banning target bans. They're picking the meta picks, and they're going in the how the box says. I will play in 1, 2, 3. And I will win.
That is very true. That is very true. Actually, Boro can ban Hayabusa right now if he would like, but he's going to ban Harley. That's very interesting. Very interesting that they actually ban Harley. And Harley is not actually a meta pick in general. Did they actually feel like they would actually pick Harley? But even if they did, why? would they pick Harley?
Usually the unseen world that tells the best stories.
Maybe they are scared to Harley because Harley sometimes it works with their combo.
Probably, but with this lineup of Aurora, I don't think Harley would be such a great pick for them. On the other hand, Guinevere as a jungler, this is actually off-meta pick. It's such an off-meta pick as well. So, yeah, Aurora might have something in hand right here. They're actually cooking for something. We're seeing
Finally, Xborg for you.
Yep, yep. Xborg
Your
is
favorite?
yeah, my second favorite, actually. My second favorite. My first favorite is currently Obsidia.
You mentioned that.
Yeah, Obsidia is such a wonderful gold laner. So are we going to see Gatot for the last pick for Verso, or are they going to think of something else? No, they're just going for Gatot. We have 4
carry or innocent pick.
Immediately, because there are 4 tanky picks for Verso. 4 tanky picks. So carry is the only choice that the easy choice for Aurora to go for.
With this draft, I think it favors Aurora.
Yeah, Aurora, like with this last pick,
They're not
it's
kidding
continued
anymore.
like
Yes.
the whole page. And carry, it was a like perfect pick for
The
them
finishing.
because it's anti tanks and it's easy to deal with tanks with carry. But the scary thing, they focus carry and they deny the whole team from carry.
Yes, we will see it in Game 2. Drafts are now locked. Their strategies are set. Aurora Gaming versus Verso time. Let's send it over to our casters to bring us the action.
Game number 2, and we've seen a weird set of bans that even resulted to teams having to pick up an Xborg in the Golden, despite them having the Fredrin already. And then the last pick carry. I believe that this is a game where you can honestly say that Aurora Gaming has, again, the more holistic and easier draft to execute. I wonder if Verso Time really did plan to go for this one because, man, the massive bans on the March heroes up late, like the Moskov and then eventually the Claude, kind of prompted them to go for an Xborg in the Golden, which I am really scared about.
Why does it scare you, Wolf?
No, I'm not scared of it. I'm scared for Verso Time about it.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, dude, it's like it can fail horribly for Verso Time.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like we've seen this a lot though. Like Xborg as well in the gold lane has popped up so many times, time and time again. Actually, paired up with this kind of lineup too. You know, something that's willing to go ahead and fight into these early skirmishes later on, these team fights where. The whole purpose of having that Xborg too, other than the fact that Last Insanity is so good damage-wise, is it's a natural like disperse for the opposing team that deals with it. And that can actually cause enough chaos in a fight where then you can have your pickings and you can get that advantage if you want to. But again, like you said, Aurora Gaming's lineup is more holistic. It's got a great late game insurance policy by being able to like shred through some of these tankier heroes that Verso Time brought because it's a carry. And obviously that needs time. When we see the carry pop up, we know that it's going to take some time to come online. Also, once that Malefic gun is also picked up, it kind of helps alleviate some of that the cons of carry of that range. So that's part of it too. Ooh, okay. Castle's actually willing to go ahead and trade here. Again, Yuzhong very strong in the early game. Even with that Petrify or not, the shot essence is hurt, man, you know, and the sustainability is so good.
Back in full HP, just like that. I think individually, Xborg has a lot going in for it. I think aside from the Eve, everything can be killed by the Xborg. It's just that you might not have enough scale. And Castle already going in for the play. They want to zone out Tianzi. And this is a retribution easily taken by Xeno. That's the turtle. Yeah.
Little night drive there with a flying dragon form. Like that's basically what it is, you know, just hey, I'm here, guys, you know, and yeah, pretty much nothing just gonna happen in this early game. Like I said, Aurora game needs time to build up here.
Yeah, I think it's great for Aurora if they just remain patient about this. They just cut their losses. For sure, Versatile would want to press the issue in the early stages. They want to take advantage of this Fredrin and the Xborg. Eventually, they will have to rely on the Kimi to output the damage, which so far Kojic has been phenomenal with playing overall as a position 4 for Versatile.
Oh, Pagu going forward. That was a pretty, like a fake out and then aggressive flicker. AOG going to be used on TNZ. TNZ trying to hunt down Kojic. He will be able to grab him. So TNZ takes out Kojic, but in the exchange, March gets that kill, but they're still breaking out on this side of the jungle. It's a double for March. Not the move that Aurora Gaming probably wanted to happen, but some extra gold here going to Siggy Boom.
I think on paper, they might have thought about that play that it will be really good. I guess the main price that they get about for this one is Siggy Boom just farmed up top easily, was able to take out all of the other turret shields, so that's about like 400 gold in his favor. I would say for VERSO, for Aurora Gaming, the idea was great. Pagu kind of understood that he eventually will be taken out anyway, so instead of going back, he went forward and forced the Purify from Kojic, which also allowed TNZ to get the kill. However, they traded the life of TNZ for that, which I think is the worst outcome for that for Aurora Gaming, because they kind of need this Guinevere to ramp up when it comes to levels. They has to catch up.
Yeah, we'll see if that happens. Right now, March is actually going to be focused by Pagu here a bit. Pagu knowing that he can just go ahead, utilize that passive, heal back up on this Hilda, trying to zone him out from this tier 1 turret. Revitalize is actually going to be used as well. Good work from Pagu to go ahead and get one of those resources out, but meanwhile on the bottom side, Lunar is going to be in trouble, popping the Vengeance here. Still alive for now until Kojic joins, but the trade is going to be the turtle. Aurora Gaming will be able to secure the second turtle of the game. But they do, it costs them alive here in the bottom side, but they will maintain a nice lead now.
Yeah.
Some of this will be worked on. Traction pulse going to be thrown out. Whoa, and Appraiser's Wrath able to keep Xeno alive. TNZ now joining the fight. Purify going to be used by Kojic. They're going to go for TNZ now under the turret. He goes back to take out Xeno, but it's an exchange once again. Bodies falling everywhere, Wolf.
The quality of the trades favoring Aurora Gaming. Not only do they defend bottom lane, but they have taken out Xeno as well as Kojic, two of the important heroes for VERSO time. The fact that VERSO March isn't farming as much as Siggy Boom was able to have, and now Rosa is getting an important kill. More gold in the hands of the Eve, and this Eve will be a problem as well for VERSO time later on. I've already mentioned the fact that VERSO March will struggle against the Eve later on because of the Firago armor getting poked down by the damage out of Rosa. But if you accelerate the farm of Rosa, it's going to be a problem. And speaking of acceleration, Siggy Boom has been left farming for the first 5 minutes. Gets a push up top. How many double lanes has he gotten? He lost count. Might not have a kill right now, but I can just assume that he has so much gold in his bank right now. That's going to give Aurora Gaming every tool that they need in the mid game.
Yeah, they're able to go ahead and, I mean, it's nothing fancy, but they've built themselves a couple thousand gold to work with. And with the lineup that they have, this is great for Aurora Gaming to go ahead and potentially get the third turtle here, or at least have that advantage of securing it and that space around it. Pagu's been doing, like I said, an amazing job at just providing vision, and that's what you want to do in the Hilda. You know, you can go ahead and give that information to the rest of Aurora Gaming, because meanwhile, this whole time, Siggy Boom has just been farming up, man. I like to call it the gold lane experience. He's been doing the work, you know, getting down the gold plating and the turrets down. Yeah. But then this whole time, he's just doing his thing. So eventually this carry that's been able to farm up for the past, 6.5, almost 7 minutes, is now part of the fights, is going to be shredding through some of the members of VERSO time. Black Dragon form going to be used, and I mean the damage alone from Pagu, my goodness, he wants to be the Dragon Slayer. Doesn't get the kill. Fight for the turtle, still gonna break out. It's actually Rosa that secures the turtle. Siggy Boom shredding through Boro. Last Insanity gonna be expended as well, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Look at the damage coming out from Siggy Boom. TNZ gonna jump forward. He knows the armor's down. He wants to clean it up, but will get the flicker instead. 1 HP there, as Siggy Boom does also take down the tier 1 turret in the mid lane.
Oh, this is disastrous for VERSO. Time can already feel the strength of the farm on the Eve. Rosa is a threat, gets the turtle, and then just one combo, skill 1, skill 2, is already enough to take out all of the armor coming out from March. Granted, of course, he's got some help, but the damage level from Rosa is life-threatening now for VERSO time.
He got it. I believe, yeah, he got the orange. Right now, what it feels like, Wolf, is VERSO time just doesn't know where to focus. This lineup from Aurora Gaming it's so hectic, the way that they're playing it. Like, you've got Pagu on one side of the jungle, just like being a distraction everywhere. I mean, a retribution's used on him, and you're not gonna do anything to Pagu here, right? So you got Pagu on one end, you got Tienzi doing work and you know, breaking ankles here. RWM's going to be used, and look at this. They actually just want to go with the fight again, knowing that they have this advantage. Black Dragon Form going to be used. A nice setup here. AOG2 and a Petrify. Actually able to get two members, and Pagu gets out of there with a reinitiation from TNZ. Sigaboom flickers out. He's safe. March isn't. 1 HP left. A big Appraiser's Wrath is going to miss. Great flicker from Rosa. Now they're going to hunt them down. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get away. Boro charging that Unbreakable to the max of distance, but TNZ not going to let him go freely. Now Boro trying to get away, but Pagu comes up to clean the kill.
There needs to be a really bad engage coming up from VERSO time, but they pick up the slack. They comboed their ultimates so well. They have controlled Aurora Gaming. That's the Petrify into the AOG that then resulted in the Last Insanity and all the explosions coming out from VERSO time. You can really feel that there is a big gap when it comes to the economy, when VERSO time already made their dream scenario when it comes to their initiation, but they still got only 2 kills against Aurora Gaming. And now the Turtle, the Lord, I mean, getting control of Aurora Gaming, easily taken by TNZ. Xeno wants to fight for this, but taking so much damage just from the yo-yos of Lunar. And in comes the...
Oh, they do want to go for it. Lunar is down. Last Insanity to be used as well. They're trying to get away. Rosa barely. But the Black Dragon Form comes in, and what happened to Castle? Couldn't even petrify. He is gone. Not the trade that Verso Time wanted. Again, they started that fight up with Aurora Gaming having this kind of lead.
Yeah. What a great re-engage coming out from Aurora that they have punished Castle. Things will be so different if he nailed that Petrify, because that means that the Sharksins will just proc onto 3 heroes. He's gonna get his life back. Rosa will probably end up dying in that scenario, but because of the timing from their jump back from the members of Aurora Gaming, they prevented that from happening, and they have maintained their lead right now.
Okay, they will maintain it even further. Tier 2 in the mid drop in here. Lord making its way up top to push into some of these shields. Verso Time with a massive deficit. I'm not sure, man. I know a lot of these fights, they've decided to go ahead and take them. And like you mentioned, Wolf, even if they overlap their ultimates the right way, it's just unfortunate, you know, because they lack the firepower. They lack the survivability against this damage that Aurora Gaming has. You know, March hasn't died, but even so, his Last Insanity hasn't been able to provide too much in these team fights. Lord finally goes down, half health on that turret. They're maintaining it. They do keep the base turrets up, so Aurora Gaming, that's about all they get.
That's a lot for considering it's just 10 minutes into this game. They have taken out all the holy shields. Okay.
Oh, again, are they going to go for it again? Black Dragon Form used. They want the blood here, but they can't. The castle's gone. Why do they keep fighting? Verso Time not able to capitalize on anything. TNZ going to jump in just to cause the distraction. Xeno in trouble. Appraiser's Wrath drop down, but they get the turret. Aurora Gaming might want to end it here if they can. They're going to focus in. They jump on the right target. Kojic all left alone, trying to clear out the minions. He does just that, but still the waves in the mid. Tienzi will take care of it all, and he feels good about that one. Aurora Gaming with a massive lead will go ahead and clear out the minions. Add another kill to the board, but everyone's back up from Verso Time. They're going to be able to clear out their own minions, and Castle dies once again in March. They're just too strong. Aurora Gaming will take it to game 3.
Scrappy ending out there, but I think this game is just as one-sided as you could hope for if you are a Aurora Gaming fan. It all started with the draft, I believe. The way that they took out all of the options that will be there for March. Granted, of course, there are many other options for them to pick up, but when it comes to the draft order coming up from Aurora Gaming was stellar. They banned the Jushin, and they took away all of the options for March, and then eventually they have won this game out of execution. Execution and draft, that means that they will easily take this game. And that is the reason why Aurora Gaming had a dominant victory over Verso Time. So Verso Time cannot be, they're not pushovers at any rate, and they will be facing elimination as well versus Aurora Gaming. Only one game to decide that, and I'm sure that the panel at the studio will have a lot more to talk about. So yeah, back to the studio.
And we are all square. The series is tied with 1-1. I knew Aurora was going to secure that win. Good?
Well, it seemed so from the draft picks because, well, Team Verso did not have the damage factor in this game. They were very tanky, very sustainable, but no damage whatsoever. The only one who was actually dishing out damage in Team Verso was Export, but that was not enough. Compared to Aurora Gaming, which had lots of heroes that can dish out a lot of damage. So I was not sure why did Verso go for these picks. Maybe they were forced to, maybe they had something in mind, but yeah, well, kudos to Team Aurora, of course, for this win.
Yes, Soldier?
To be honest, Verso, in the early games, it was little bit, they are controlling the map for Verso. But in the late game, they didn't resist the power coming from Team Aurora. Aurora, they are gathering all the damage having. Dealing during the game, and like they dominate as a carry, like he's versus 4 tanks. Like it's easy game for him. And it was very great like team fight structures for Team Aurora. Like you have anti-shield, you have poke from behind like Eve, so it's easy for you.
Wow, putting it into numbers, I can see that Aurora really dominated the game, right? Good?
Yeah, clearly there was around 12,000 difference in gold, 9 towers destroyed compared to 0 for Verso, 1 Lord slain, 2 turtles slain for Team Aurora. Such a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful control of the map and the entire game from Aurora. But it was clear, since again, as I told you, the draft pick showed that actually Team Aurora had the upper hand for this match compared to Verso time.
For Verso, maybe they have some plans on their mind to play 4 tanks and 1 damage, but it didn't work with against Aurora. Aurora, they countered it very fast during the drafts. Like the last pick was surprise for them. Like maybe they forget about carry, like his anti-shield, anti-tanks during like this meta. So they choose it, and they like it was surprise for them. And during the game, little bit was like conflicting for them, but they showed like we can win, and don't play like 4 tanks for me. So I will win easy.
Yeah.
But looking at this, who do you think was the difference maker? I think for me it was Rosa. Soldier?
For Aurora, it was like there are super chains sometimes. Like some of them, like they have a lot of damage dealing because all the team is like contributing in one single goal, like how to remove the damage dealer
So
and focus on the tanks, because the tanks, they are not dealing any damage.
I knew it was Rosa.
Yeah, it was Rosa. With
Wow,
Eve,
wow,
of
wow.
course. Rosa with Eve, of course. With 3 kills, 1 death, and 11 assists. Rosa with Eve did amazing control of the fights. All right, he was hindering the movement of course, Team Verso, and of course as well TNZ as well with the Guinevere did a great job stealing kills. Pagu with Hilda was stopping the jungle farm from